Thanks for staying with us here on Times Now. I'm Kritsween Walia. Let's quickly start with a concerning update we're tracking from Tamil Nadu. 5 people have been arrested in connection with the car blast in Coimbatore on the 23rd October. Now, the blast, remember, took place in front of the Eswaran temple in Kottai, and Jamesa Mubin, a 25-year-old engineering graduate, was killed in the blast. Mubin, though, was squished by the NI in 2019 in connection with the ISIS, and Mubin was allegedly linked to the Sri Lanka Easter bombing case as well, which goes back to 2019 once again. Now, he was associated with the mastermind of the bombing and linked to the terror group National Tawajah Jamaat. The cops also recovered low-intensive explosive materials from his house. That's exactly why this man and his identity is now in question. In fact, CCTV footages have also been recovered in which 4 men can be seen carrying explosive materials to the car moments before the blast. The cops are yet to confirm whether the 4 men were directly involved in this very case and what their background really is. But first up, let me go across to Bhavtosh joining us with more details. Bhavtosh, now that we're playing out these CCTV visuals in which the 4 men can be seen carrying explosives to the car. Now remember, this is certainly a sensitive update given the of the blast, but the background of Mubin is something that is being looked at by the investigating agencies all the more importantly.
Yes, in fact, the very fact that he was questioned way back in April 2019 clearly shows that he had suspected links with terror outfits. And in fact, the reason why he was questioned in April 2019 was the fact that he had links with the mastermind of the Colombo blast, and Zaharan Hashim had a lot of influence in South India. In fact, his organization, National Tawajah Jamaat, had in fact claimed responsibility for the Colombo blast in which 300 people had lost life. Central agencies questioned Mubin for a very long time because he was part of a WhatsApp as well as a Facebook group, which in fact were closely influenced by Hashim, and Hashim in fact had visited Sri Lanka a number of times. Around 6 months before the Colombo blast, Indian agencies, particularly NIA, had alerted their counterparts in Sri Lanka about a possible terror attack in Sri Lanka, and that information was passed by NIA. Despite that, Colombo attack happened. So Mubin was under the terror watch. Mubin had in fact carried out this attack in Colombo. Was in fact part of this Colombo attack, and subsequently in Coimbatore, his involvement has been found. The 5 persons who have been in fact picked up for questioning, their involvement has also been found. One of them is Nawaz, Feroz and Riaz. Now, they were the ones who in fact helped in loading the cylinders in the car. And Thalka, who has also been arrested in this case, he's the one who in fact gave this Maruti 800 car to Mubin. Now, Thalka is a scrap dealer who in fact bought this car for 25,000 rupees.
Okay, thank you for that, Bhavtosh. To put this in perspective, now this blast took place on the 23rd of October, and this is an representation of what we're talking about. This is just 50 meters away from the Eswaran temple, and you can see the car here 50 meters away from the temple premises. Now, this is a cylinder blast that has taken place. We're calling it a car blast, but there was a cylinder inside this car, and that's what the blast looked like. Mubin, of course, lost his life in this very blast, but his background, his history is something that is now being looked at very, very closely by the investigating agencies. Just 50 meters, viewers, is the distance that we're talking about between this car and that of the Eswaran temple, and that's exactly why the BJP is now calling this a terror attack, an attempt at a terror attack. In fact, BJP state president in Tamil Nadu is saying that the Stalin government is hiding information about the man in question, Mubin, and his terror links in the past. Listen in.
It's a clear-cut intelligence failure. It is not one person who did it. He got a car from somewhere, he sourced explosives from somewhere. After BJP's pressure from yesterday to our senior leaders in the press, they have picked up 5 more people today. But very curiously, the Tamil Nadu police FIR doesn't disclose the sections. The press meet, they only mentioned Sylendra bomb blast. We have picked up 5 more, and they have to book them under UAPA case and transfer that case to NIA. When the next blast happens, when somebody dies, will Tamil Nadu police take responsibility and say, no, we tried to underplay the previous thing, we are sorry? So this chief minister doesn't focus anything on internal security. For him, any radicalization, chief minister doesn't care.
Let me go across to Prapanch joining us on the phone line. Prapanch, that's the BJP charge at the Stalin Sarkar, that they're trying to shield the information, trying to openly call this a terror attack. And also, this is a failure of the state intelligence machinery and the DMK government. So essentially questioning the deafening silence of the Stalin Sarkar at the moment.
That's right. In fact, BJP state president Annamalai, as we saw, that he had questioned the state government on the silence, and also he has stated several issues that in Jamesa Mubin's house, he had stated that nearly 50 kg of ammonium salts, where ammonium nitrate salt was found, potassium, sodium, fuse wire, 7-volt battery was all seized from his house, is what Mr. Annamalai is claiming, who is the BJP chief. And he's also stating that 2 days prior to the death of Jamesa Mubin, he had put out a WhatsApp status stating that if the news about my death reaches you, forgive my mistake and hide my shortcoming, participate in my janaza and pray for me. And Mr. Annamalai says that the classic way of ISIS writing such messages is what Mr. Annamalai claims. But however, we could see that the police have not ruled out the terror angle. They have categorically stated that they have been probing, they are investigating, because the elements, the materials that were found at the explosion location was the nails and the marbles. Along with that, Jamesa Mubin's residence, they had found several of the explosive, low-intensity explosive material, raw material is what when the DGP said. So these are all not ruling out in fact, a terror angle. They are probing. 5 arrests have been made, in fact, with this regard. And in the morning, 5 arrests have been made. That is the Firoz Ismail, Nawaz Ismail, Mohammed Dhaka, Mohammed Riaz, and Mohammed Azhar. These are the 5 persons who were, in fact, arrested late last night. And in fact, now the investigation is still going on. They are probing into the CCTV footage that was, in fact, acquired from Mubin's residence, wherein people were carrying gunny bags of large material that was being carried in the last night, the day before the explosion had happened. And so several questions have been raised. BJP is on attack mode. They are, in fact, questioning several short lapses of alleged the state government. And now we could see that the government is to respond on any of the claims made by BJP state president Annamalai.
So the BJP at the moment questioning the Stalin government on why is it that they're not breaking silence and calling a spade a spade. This is a terror attack and nothing else.